going to talk to us. And I think she's already on. Teresa, you're here.
Hello.
Hi.
Morning.
How are you?
Good.
Thanks for joining us on your weekend.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? I was about to pull out my foam roller. You didn't have to stop that. Like, oh man, I'm like stuck together like crazy glue, you know?
Hey, me too. I was like, I need to do this more often. Yeah, that was great.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, I'll let you take it from here. Yeah, I have great products. A lot of us use them and we love them. So for those of us that are not well versed on what Moxilife is, I'll let you take it away.
All right, cool beans. Let's see. Let me get my share screen up and let's see, where am I? Oh, I'm not. One moment, technical difficulties. It's early and I'm still on my first cup of coffee. Well, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to touch base with you and give you all some information on our products. It's been pretty much a dream of mine to do this, to pop up this company and be able to share some of the knowledge that I have accumulated over my lifetime with various companies within supplement industry. I've been a triathlete probably longer than all of you, going on 36 years now, I think. Can you see that, my share screen? No?
No, not yet.
Dang it.
Stupid technology, right?
Oh, you know, I tell you, there we go. We'll try this again.
So I think there's a, if you pull it up and your screen, oh, there you go.
Are we there?
You started screen sharing. Yep. It's just black, but it does say that you're sharing your screen.
Damn it. Well, here we've got part of it.
Here we go. You're on. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to go back on mute now.
Ding dong. All right, like I was saying, it's been a dream of mine to bring this company to fruition, simply because I've been around the block for a long time and I've accumulated a lot of knowledge regarding nutrients, supplements, and more specifically on minerals. And what the takeaway today, I'm going to ask you 3 questions at the end of the presentation. Send me an email with your answers. If you get it correct, you're going to get some tchotchkes, some products. So pay attention. Maybe you'll learn something and maybe you'll get some freebies. So I've been an educator prior to Moxilife. I was an educator in the mineral supplementation industry. So I educated the individuals who actually put together supplement formulations. So my knowledge on minerals is pretty vast and in depth, and I focus primarily on how minerals are absorbed in the body. So as I mentioned, I've been around the block. I've been a triathlete for 30 some odd years, and I'm an all-American runner and blah blah blah. So and I'm a magnesium specialist. So first we're gonna talk about magnesium. So have you ever had any of these symptoms? Eye twitching. We've all had muscle cramping from time to time. Restless legs at night, fasciculations when your nerves are jumpy, migraines perhaps. Unfortunately, some athletes do have some cardiovascular issues. Have you ever walked away from a race or training and your kit's just drenched with sweat? It's salt. Well, sweat, yeah, but salt is another thing. Or ladies, if you've ever had intense hot flashes. Those are all symptoms of low magnesium levels. So why take it? You want to take it to prevent the muscle cramping. It's critical for the support of salt and potassium functions. Another side benefit is it can reduce lactic acid. It also helps utilize carbohydrates, and it does regulate hormones, and it helps you sleep. So those are all beneficial to athletes. So the muscle cramping is something that is it's kind of ethereal because there's so many different thoughts behind why you cramp. And our theory and what we've seen from a cellular standpoint is the function of how magnesium helps trigger the ATP cycle. And if there's too much calcium within the muscle mass and not enough magnesium, calcium contracts the muscle and magnesium helps relax it. So that could be at the cellular level, there's a lot of things going on, and our body always looks for homeostasis, and if it doesn't find it, that's when things go south. So how much magnesium is effective? The RDI is 380 milligrams to 500 daily. And that would be for athletes because we need probably 20 to 30% more magnesium in our systems. The research shows that smaller incremental doses, which is why we brought HydroMag out in a drink formula, is they've shown that smaller doses over a longer period of time actually absorbs better. So, okay, I get this all the time. I thought magnesium was for constipation. Well, a lot of people use it for that purpose, but they use a very inexpensive and it's called inorganic form of magnesium. So when magnesium is not absorbed into the body, that's when it creates this laxation effect. It's magnesium, the molecule is like a sponge. It just loves water, so it absorbs water, and not only does it create diarrhea, but it's also dehydrating you. So really inexpensive magnesium pills and tablets, not the way to go if you want to treat symptoms of magnesium deficiency. So the various magnesiums that cause the laxation or poopy pants, mag oxide, magnesium carbonate, magnesium citrate. Those would be the three top influencers of that. I get this question a lot. When's the best time to take magnesium? Every day. It's not a matter of timing more so than it is getting it in your body. You can take it morning and evening. I drink HydroMag like every day. I sip on it all day because I know my body burns magnesium like there's no tomorrow. That was one of my biggest things, and that's one reason why I developed HydroMag, is simply because I cramped like there was no tomorrow. Every race, training, mile 90, I'd be on the side of the road like, here it goes again. So I don't cramp anymore, and I sleep like a baby. So you know, just get it in your system every day. I train with this, I run with this, I race with this, I Zwift with Hydromag, and it doesn't cause any issues for me. So just to give you that scale again of what's the best magnesium, the poor inorganic forms are the carbohydrates, oxides, sulfates, carbonates. They're inorganic. The better absorbed are citrates and lactates, but the best absorbing magnesium and actually all minerals is called a chelate. So what's a chelate? Got my little toys here. This is a chelate molecule. It's got a mineral in the center, and these two on the sides, the molecular structure is, they're called ligands, and it's they're amino acids. So they're bonded to amino acids, and that's what helps carry the magnesium through your intestinal tract. It's kind of like stuff in your bag, stuff in a backpack, on your bag, on your back, walking around. You're carrying stuff in and around. So the amino acids help carry the magnesium through the luminal wall. It has a longer pathway to be absorbed, and it helps absorption up to 6 times better than oxides and the poorer forms of magnesium. So the golden ticket with Hydromag is it's going to prevent your cramping, and it doesn't cause GI issues. It helps you utilize sugar so you're not wasting any energy, and it helps optimize your salt functionality. So how it does that, a little bit of a side note, you have what's called a sodium and potassium pump within each cell. Something needs to trigger that to work. What triggers that to work is ATP, energy, right? Everything exists with energy in our body. We don't go like that without using energy. So ATP is very, very tightly, as a matter of fact, it doesn't work without magnesium. So ATP energy, you need to have magnesium as a part of that energy cycle, if you will. So we'll get rid of that. So the sodium and potassium pump needs to have magnesium to function. And as a matter of fact, another side note, if you're hypokalemic, low in potassium, you have to have magnesium, and let's hope you never end up in the tent being hypokalemic, because what the process is you have to have a mag drip first, and then the potassium will enter the system. So that's a 2-step process. Don't want to do that. Don't want to go there. So we want to prevent that. So the protocols that we suggest, use it twice a day, enjoy it twice a day. It's delicious. It's kind of addicting. You can add it to other electrolyte drinks as a boost, if you like. And your race protocol, if you don't want to use it every day, which I don't know why you wouldn't, you definitely want to use it 3 weeks before your race. If you've experienced cramping issues in the past, you will not cramp. And you only need to use 2 servings a day. Your body will have a tolerance level once you saturate it. And then once you hit that saturation point, that's when you do experience laxation. But highly unlikely for athletes anywhere from, well, Ironman athletes, anywhere from 2 to 3 a day, but I would suggest starting slow, moving up. That's my recommendation. So we'll get into the other products. This is our latest creation. Really proud of this one. Moxilife, it's a concentrated electrolyte drink. It does contain all the electrolytes. not just sodium, not just potassium, or not just sodium. It's got all of them. And they're also complex and chelated. So we're using the best absorbing electrolytes. So you're going to get quality electrolytes to keep the homeostasis in your cells balanced. So it's going to prevent also the crash and burn post big block workouts. How does it do that? Well, we've added prebiotics, the whole gut brain health type of environment that you may or may not have been exposed to, but I'm sure you've heard a little bit of tidbits here and there. Well, it's real. I mean, you really have to take care of your gut to optimize your health and reduce the crash and burns, you know, post race, whatnot. So we have included the prebiotics in there in sufficient quantities. So, and we've also reduced the sugar amount in Moxilite. As a matter of fact, the total carbs are only 4 grams. Now, why did we do that? Well, we're looking at personalizing the nutrition and hydration and fuel for athletes. So we know that less sugar is better for the body on the long run. Sugar is an inflammatory nutrient, if you will. You can call it a nutrient. So we would prefer that you start low on the sugar and create your own system that works, that's functional, that you can utilize 100%, right? So, and to reduce the inflammation is key. So our protocols for this is great for under an hour. I mean, you know, you don't really need a whole lot more carbs than that for over an hour, especially if you've done your pre-training nutrition right. So you can combine it with Osmo Carb, which I'll talk about too. It's your premium fuel. It's a cluster dextrin. I'll get into that in a little bit. So you can mix and match, if you will, but it's perfect for daily hydration. You're going to keep your prebiotics up in your system. And prebiotics, what do? They feed the probiotics, which are your good gut bugs. So prebiotics are gut bug foods, if you will. It's a concentrated form, so you get more bang for your buck. 1 scoop in 2 small water bottles, or, you know, if you like a robust flavor, just put 1 scoop in 24 fluid ounces and you're good to go. So our Phytolite, this is a bomb. I mean, this is like the bomb. It is a multivitamin electrolyte drink. Talk about nutrient dense. It's not a shake. You don't have to put it in a mixer. You throw it in your water bottle, it's soluble. You're guaranteeing your body a full panel of vitamins that are plant-based, they're not synthetic. The synthetic vitamins that we're overloading, we're taxing our liver, and we're not maximizing our liver's ability to work. I mean, we're putting it on overdrive when we're putting synthetic nutrients in our body. So these are all plant-based vitamins. And we're using our patented electrolytes. They're nano-sized, and it's also a nootropic drink. So it's a non-stimulant nootropic. How does that work? Well, we use what's called choline in Phytolite. So do your due diligence on choline. It's got about as many clinical studies as vitamin D, if not more at this point. Choline is, it helps your neurotransmission, and it helps with your messaging. It helps the nerve to muscle functionality. It also helps clean your liver. So you got a clean liver, you got more glycogen available. And it's a delicious watermelon cucumber flavor. So we suggest using it for your high demanding training blocks, 1 scoop per hour of intense training. and it's, you know, it's your immune booster basically. And if you're got pill fatigue, well, grab a Phytolite. So if you haven't started on iron, and if you're plant-based, please look at your diet and make sure that you are getting enough iron in your diet, because that's critical to athletes in terms of oxygenating our muscles, because the more iron we have in our system, the more we're going to have blood to deliver nutrients and oxygen to our muscles. So if you're experiencing cold hands, even though you're probably in sub-zero weather, some of us right now, sorry, or if you're excessively fatigued, ladies, it went during your period, and you're not taking iron, suggest you try it out. So one of the interesting aspects of symptoms of iron deficiency is if you want to eat ice cubes. Why that is, no one knows, but it's one of the signs. So if you're gonna do any type of biohacking with iron, because there are clinical studies showing that up to 200 milligrams of iron over an 8-week period does show significant performance increases. So it's building up your blood. It's your natural EPO, if you will, and they're seeing favorable results. I will say to that respect, do not do that long term. Do it for your A races, but iron is reactive in the body. It causes oxidative stress, and it is not good for you on larger quantities for a longer period of time. You also have to have optimal levels of copper in your body to facilitate the function of iron. So you got to get copper in your body too with the iron. Our next iteration of Athletes Iron, we're going to include the copper. Right now, we didn't know how the probiotics or the prebiotics were going to sit with the iron. We're seeing good results with that. So we've included prebiotics in our Athletes Iron because we're heavy on the gut health as well. So Q&As afterwards. Our Osmocarb, it's our pure ultra fuel. It is a cluster dextrin. It's a high molecular weight carbohydrate, and it exits your gut quickly, but it enters into your system at an even stream of absorption. So great for athletes who, excuse me, who are diabetic or are insulin sensitive, because it's a fuel source that does not spike or cause crashes. So it just enters the system nice and easy and smooth. So they have shown studies. We have YouTube channels and explanatory videos on our website going into a little bit more detail on the fuel and how Osmocarb does function, because it is 100% cluster dextrin. There's no fructose, there's no dextrose. It is pure fuel. So it doesn't taste like anything. It's taste free, and you can add it to anything. So so we have it in 2 sizes, 1 pound, and we also have a travel size in case you want to, stick your toe in the water and try it out. So 4 rounded tablespoons, 120 calories. You can use before, during, and after, intra, post. These are the questions. So these are your tchotchke bonus moments. What's a mineral chelate? 2 performance benefits of magnesium, and how does magnesium help oxygenate muscles? You know what? I forgot to tell you that one. It's a vasodilator. All right, you got me on that one. So that's your freebie answer. Give me the other 2 answers and we'll call it a day. So what are you going to get? You're going to get a canister of Hydromag, and you're going to get Moxilife. And your camp promo, order for $75 of the products. Great time to try them out, and you'll get this free. So, all right. Stay Kona focused. Can't wait to get there. God, it's like I'm jonesing for it. All right.
That was awesome, Teresa. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah.
I like your enthusiasm also.
Oh, you know what? I'm a total nerd when it comes to minerals, you know, and the product line. It's like we've hit all the bases, and it's a home run, and you know, we just got to get word out.
Well, I know some of our some of the people on this Zoom right now were at camp last year, and you guys were very generous and gave us a lot of product for camp last year in Claremont. That's when I started using it. I love it. It tastes just like you said. The taste is so good of the Phytolite and the Hydromag both. I love the taste and the product. So I don't know if anybody else on here is using it still from camp last year, but yeah, thank you so much.
Well, I hope you're not still using it from camp.
No. I mean, continuing. Not the same product.
Hey, I have seen some athletes who've been using Gatorade. They think it's great to brag about, you know, having a canister of Gatorade lasting the whole training season. Like, I get being frugal, but you know, where does that? I don't get it.
It's hard and crunchy. Does anybody have any questions? Have a couple minutes.
I've got a quick question. Teresa, what are the sugars that are used in the Osmocarb?
So we do use a cluster in the Osmocarb?
Yeah.
It's pure cluster dextrin.
Okay. So there's no maltodextrin?
No, no. So are you familiar with Scratch Labs?
Yeah, I love it.
So Super Fuel.
Oh, okay.
That's their new product.
Right.
Well, they have 400 calories per serving in their product. What they do is they present that product quite nicely, and they highlight cluster dextrin as their premium carbohydrate source. Well, 400 calories of them. The thing about supplementation and labels, I've been in this industry for a long time. On a nutrition label, you don't have to declare each component of the nutrient amount or percentage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So on their label, they have another source of sugar and the cluster dextrin as their carbohydrate source. But we've tried 400 calories of cluster dextrin in the serving size that they're recommending, and it's almost like it's very syrupy, and their product isn't syrupy. So I'm going to say that a majority of the calories and carbohydrates that they're promoting in that product is not derived from this.
The cluster
dextrin. And your cluster dextrin is, the research is showing that it is the premium fuel now for endurance athletes, just because of its absorbability and its non-GI disturbing. And I mean, it's sustainable fuel. So, you know, I can't do anything about people's labels, but I can tell you that this is 100% cluster dextrin. And if you look at the cost per serving, if you combine it with our Moxilife, which is what we recommend, giving you 400 calories with our Moxilife is less expensive if you combine Osmocarb and Moxilife than the super fuel, looking at a caloric content. So, you know, I'm all about saving money, but I'm all about, you know, making sure that you have, you know, what you're ingesting, you know.
Can I ask a
Thank you.
question?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been experiencing, you know, GI problems using Hammer, Heat, or Perpetuum in terms of bloating and belching all the time. It is not a very nice belching while you're training. So based on your experience with Moxilife product, with other athletes, do you know if the GI symptoms are disappeared or okay.
It's so my technical background is working in the world of absorption, primarily mineral absorption. So understanding the gastric, the pathways that nutrients are absorbed. And that's why we really handpicked all of the ingredients that go into our products, because we know that they are the best absorbed in the GI system. So,
Perfect.
yeah, so
I was going to say, because I do think sometimes the high content of sugar may cause the fermentation of the sugar in the stomach, therefore the bloating and belching.
Ding, 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 right there. That's exactly it. So if your body can't assimilate and utilize sugars, you've got your own little brewery going on, and well, you know, yeah, you have gastric issues. You know, it's going to come out here, or it's going to come out there.
I know. So okay, thank you so much. I'll try, definitely. Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for the question. It's a great question. Anybody else? All right.
Hey, this is Julie Knight. Hi.
Hi, Julie.
Hi. I've been talking with Jackie Miller quite a bit. She's my coach, and I've been having some really, really bad GI issues. And I never eat, not knowing enough, I guess, about how the sugar works, you know, because I use a lot of gels because I don't like chewing something when I'm working out. And especially on the weekends after my hard rides and runs, you know, the longer ones, you know, more 2 hours or more, I literally look like I'm pregnant. I mean, I get so bloated, and we're talking 2-hour rides with a 20-minute, you know, transition run. And I'm just desperate to find something. I've tried every product I can think of, even gone natural with like coconut water, you know, and just tried something. So do you have some recommendations, or do you have, you mentioned some YouTube videos that I could watch or something that might help?
Yeah, well, there's informational videos on the products on our website, moxilife.com. But I believe it was Daniela who had mentioned about the gas, etc. And it may be caused by the fermentation of sugars that go undigested. So that's why we created the Osmocarb, to prevent those undigested sugars, because Osmocarb has been shown, cluster dextrin has been shown to be fast gastric emptying. So it doesn't sit in there and bubble up and create your own little brewery. So
so it's got the calories in there and everything. So all I would use is that.
And we would suggest using electrolytes with this, and we would suggest using it with the Moxilife. So this and this, depending on your caloric needs, you can add however much clusterdextrin to the Moxilife that you need on an hourly basis. And
Okay.
that's, you know, the future of fueling is going to become very personalized. If you want to effectively reach your maximum potential in racing, training, whatever, health, you've got to personalize your nutrient intake. I eat foods according to their nutritional value. Sounds nerdy, but I feel pretty good for 57. I don't know, you know, I eat my apricots because they're potassium, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I go to my potatoes because they're potassium. Avocado, you know, I mean, I look at fueling from, not because it tastes good, it's the nutrient value that you get from what you're eating, period.
Teresa, when you're doing the drinks, say you're training for a long distance, a half or a full Ironman on race day and leading up, you know, practicing your nutrition, in addition to the drink mix of the Moxilife and the Osmo Carb, would you take anything else, any gels or bars or real food during the race or during long training days?
Right here.
All drink, all liquid.
I personally have never been able to do solids. I found that out my first race in Hawaii, first Ironman. It didn't really go well, you know.
I don't do solids either, but I do gels, but you wouldn't even do gels. You would just do what's in your bottle and that would give you enough. Okay. Okay.
And I, you know, admittedly so, I like the blocks, I like the chews, just because it's like candy.
Because they're yummy.
My treat.
Yeah.
I have to have a treat out there. So
yeah,
and you know, I have used gels in the past, and I have had the bloating issues and the GI issues. So I primarily do strictly liquids when I'm out racing training. And I used to be a very big fan of Twizzlers back in the day. You know, I'd stuff them in my shorts and just chew on them. I mean, talk about old school. But so in terms of, you know, for your A race, this, I mean, it's a multivitamin that you're drinking. So and it tastes good. So it's something that you know that you're getting that nutrient density, all your A's, all your vitamins, all your B vitamins. You're also getting that the choline, which is going to optimize that neuromuscular nerve to muscle function, the transmission of your thoughts, of what you're going to demand your body to do. You want to elevate those levels of choline in your system. You can also go out and eat eggs every day. If you don't want to get the calories in, well, or cholesterol, you got your Phytolite.
Great, thanks.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Teresa, it's me, Fran again. I have a question about the magnesium.
Yeah.
I know, obviously, we sweat out sodium. Do we sweat out magnesium as well?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that's one of my beefs with the sweat tests. And I've asked some scientists, why don't they test for magnesium? Because you're losing all minerals in your sweat. It's not just sodium.
Right, that makes sense. You had said early on, you had mentioned hot flashes. And in the summer, I am awake every 45 minutes to an hour with these hot flashes. And in the winter, they magically go away. And I thought it was hormonally related, but it seems to be more seasonal. And I'm wondering if it's just because in the summer it's hotter and I'm sweating out more magnesium and need to replace that.
It could be. I mean, I can't specifically say that without having, you know, blood analysis, things like that. And but it does, magnesium helps regulate your hormones. And so if you're excessively sweating in the summer, that makes sense. Not only is it, you're losing it in your sweat, but again, we'll go back to the ATP cycle of energy. The sun's up longer, you're outdoors longer, you're more active, you're burning more magnesium, right?
So do we retain magnesium? Like, can you get too much of it in your system? Sodium, not so much, because we just kind of get rid of it naturally in urine and sweat, whatever. What about magnesium?
So for the answer, the quick answer is yes, but you would probably have to go like every day for 3 days before you got too much magnesium in you, right? You would have, so the body will have a laxation effect first. Okay. Unless you have a kidney disorder, because the kidney is you're recycling, it recycles magnesium. So if your kidney is not functioning properly, you're not recycling magnesium and it's getting pulled out in via urine or via sweat. So if your kidney isn't functioning, that's when you could have an overdose of magnesium. But research shows that endurance athletes, we need at least 20 to 30% more to fire. It just depends on each person individually. Okay. The outcome of too much magnesium, your heart will stop. Period. But that's never going to happen unless you're like taking 20 grams a day, not milligrams, grams. So you can eat too many carrots, you'll turn orange, you know? Right. But yeah, it's, you know, I've been researching this for like 13 years. Magnesium, we're seeing an association with cardiovascular disease. And I was at the Endurance Exchange 2 years ago, and I was furious that the cardiovascular physician presenting did not mention magnesium one bit. And there's so many clinical studies relating magnesium to heart functionality. You know, your eyeballs would pop out reading all these articles, and he didn't mention it once. It's like Occam's razor. Simple as that. It's like, it's gonna help your heart function. And hopefully it, you know, get the word out, and we're not gonna have these heart related issues with athletes. I mean, I'm hearing it more and more. I mean, pros are coming at me going, you think there's a correlation? Well, if you haven't been supplementing your diet with magnesium, where does it come from? It's stored in your muscles and your bones. If you don't replenish it, what happens? Stress fractures and muscle cramping. It's kind of, you know, you don't add money to the bank account, what happens? You don't have any money.
Thank you.
I'm a little passionate about the topic. Any other questions?
No. All right, you were fabulous. That was a great talk. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. I mean, anytime you guys reach out,
sure.
Send me the answers, and you get some free tchotchkes.
Okay. Thanks, Teresa.
All right, you bet. Have a great day.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, you guys, Reem is up next, but let's take, Reem, I hope you don't mind. I know you're supposed to talk at 10:30, but let's just take a 5-minute break because we went straight from foam rolling to Teresa's talk. So you guys take a quick potty break or grab a cup of coffee or a snack or something, and let's meet back. It's 10:31, so let's meet back at 10:36, okay? Hope that's okay with Reem.
That's fine.
And she's on. Okay,
No
thanks,
problem.
Reem. I got to put my picture up of you. Hold on.
Uh-oh, let's see which one you picked.
Oh, it's a good one. Hold on, I got to screen share. Hold on. Can't get it to come on. Oh, there it is.
No.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a quick drink. Oh, meeting room.